Is there a podcast candle lit? Excuse me.
Yeah, it is.
Cool.
I got a whole fresh shipment of podcast candles. We're in business, baby. Hello, and welcome to WayTooBroad, a show and tell program back from a summer semi-hiatus thing for really, really ridiculously excited grown-ups. I'm Hannah, and these are my co-hosts, Erin and Ben. Welcome back, Erin.
What up? Hey, Ben.
Hello.
Hi. It's a silly Friday edition of WayTooBroad.
You know it is.
Classic. We got brand new podcast candles, very fresh fragrances. I reorganized my desk just for you guys.
I can't see it. We can't see it.
We can't see it, and the podcast listeners definitely can't see it.
But it's for us.
It's for you,
thank
so
you
that
for
you get
doing
the
that for us.
best version of me. Yeah.
Awesome. I love it.
Yeah. It's these little quality of life improvements, right? Because I had my computer propped up on a cardboard box and a puzzle box. And instead I got a file cabinet, which solved two problems because my computer's on top of it, and also now I have a place to put all the papers that were piled next to my computer. And there was this picture frame on my desk that kept falling over. So I got some of that museum putty stuff. It's kind of like sticky tack, but it kind of hardens up over time to hold things in place. And now it doesn't fall over all the time anymore.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
my desk is like 2/3 more efficient than the last time that we all spoke together.
I feel like I can hear it in your voice.
Yeah. Probably,
It's nice.
definitely.
It's nice to have your space cleaned up and nice.
Yeah.
It's a nice way to be.
Well, oh my god, so there's so much to catch up on. We should start with drinks.
Yes.
Important to catch up on drinks always first. I am first, actually.
Ooh.
So,
Hannah,
two
what
drinks.
are you drinking?
woo!
Wow.
I got 2 drinks. I have water, no ice.
Just
The ice
a
from
little
my
bit.
freezer always tastes weird. Just a little bit of water.
Just a little bit of water. Just a couple sips. Few sips to get her through those dry moments.
Just a little bit thirsty. And a lemon spindy.
Oh, nice.
Classic.
Oh,
Woo.
you like that?
I like that.
I like that.
I was drinking a lot of pineapple spindies because on account I was at the beach, and those are those are refreshing.
I still haven't
They're
tried
nice.
it yet.
Oh, it's nice.
It's
I'm
nice.
here to tell you, it's nice. That's Pinterest Corner.
Ian likes them a lot.
Nice.
Erin, what are you drinking?
So I got a cranberry lime seltzer. You know, we've been trying to get the black cherry seltzer from the store. They just continue to not have it. We're getting really worried because we also tried to get it at the beach, and Not Here's Teeter also didn't have it. So we're starting to really worry about it. I've got a full honkin' thing of ice water prepared fresh for this podcast, and I've got vanilla bean macaron tea. And I did the suggested, like, for an extra luxurious experience, use 2 tea bags and add milk and sugar. And I did that, and it's a little underwhelming.
Is it like too
Not
sweet?
as luxurious as promised.
Yeah, I think you know, when I'm used to, like, milky sweet beverages, it's like coffee, so it's very strong. And so this feels just like weak. And I only had 2%. I feel like with the whole milk, it might be even, you know, more luxe or half and half. But that feels a little, you know, excessive. I don't know. It's just not as good as I thought. I probably would have preferred, like, 2 tea bags and water. You know, so that's me.
It's fair. You live and learn.
You,
You know?
you live and learn. You get loves. So.
Speaking of babies, baby Ben, what are you drinking?
I got water. I got ice water.
That's good. It's the good stuff.
Classic.
Classic Ben.
It's really good.
Is that new that it says "Don't be chicken" on Kylie's desk behind you?
No, it's been there for.
It's from.
Aaron.
Okay, wow, good time for a yawn. That came with when we ordered those vegetarian nuggets called Nugs.
Oh, that weren't very
They
good.
were really bad.
I get a lot of ads for those.
Yeah, they like
Don't buy
they
them.
like look. They're like hip. I don't know. Anyone that looks at their advertising and their branding will know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do look hip. Yeah. It's just one of those lessons you gotta learn. Just because something is hip doesn't mean it'll be
Nugs
delicious.
2.0, the Tesla of chicken.
Wow.
What
my
does that mean?
Oh my god.
That's the
That is
first
so
thing on their
stupid.
website.
Oh my god, Jesus Christ.
Kills you slower.
Wow.
Oh my god. Erin, how was your vacation?
Oh my god, it was so nice. It was like really relaxing. It's just what I needed. I just feel like rejuvenated and like just like my brain is better. It was really nice. Stared
That's
at
so
the
nice.
ocean, hung out in the ocean, peed in the ocean. Read a lot. Reading the Broken Earth trilogy.
Woohoo.
I read the first one, halfway through the second. So good. Just
Yeah,
nice.
about
Nice
that.
time with family. Just really nice.
I actually don't think I'm gonna be able. I'm not sure yet, but I tried to start reading Middle Game for our family book club thing, and I'm between the second and the third of the Broken Earth books of the Broken Earth trilogy, and I could not muster enough interest to read another book. I like stalled out on reading completely because my brain didn't want to read anything but the third Broken Earth book. So like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do book club because I have to read this third book first and then we'll just have to see if there's time. So otherwise
It's
I'm gonna
really
stop reading
good.
again.
Something I
It's
really
really good.
like. Something I really like about it. Besides, it's beautifully written. It's just like really cool, and it's really great. The writing is great, and I really appreciate something like that. I feel like you don't see a lot. Not that I read a ton of trilogies, but the second book just like picks up exactly where the last book picked off. There was left off. There was no like, let me remind you who this character is. It feels so much a part of an extension of the first book that I keep wanting to like refer to something that happened earlier, and then I'm like, that's in the first book, but it just feels like it's part of the same book, and I really like that.
I had the same thing. I was like, oh, I gotta go back to the beginning and check on, that was the very beginning.
And I don't know where that fucking book is anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just really, really great. I really appreciated that.
Yeah,
So.
it's good.
That helps.
Good.
That helps with the new book like momentum thing. It's so hard to crack into a new book, and this one was like just so easy to pick up and keep going on. So,
Speaking of momentum, if I could derail ours for a moment, I'm on the Nugs website still.
I could tell that you have been this whole time,
And-
Ben.
So they have a tab called Releases, and you go to it, and it says Release Notes. Nugs are constantly being improved by our team of food scientists and engineers in NYC. Nugs operates like a software company. We take user feedback as we develop new versions of the product, and we keep our users updated. And so there's like this list of like Nugs 1.0 initial release, Nugs 1.1, and they like have like how you would write like patch fixes to a piece of software.
This is so
Like
that's so
enables a
fucking
new
stupid.
circle shape, replacing the old randomly generated blob-like shape. Enables
God, it's
improved
so
chicken-like
stupid.
substrate.
Oh
I
my
fucking
God.
hate this.
I hate this so
Get
much,
Your head
Ben.
out of your own ass.
Ben, I hate
immediately.
it. Oh my
hate
god.
it
Oh
so
no,
much.
Ben, I hate it.
This
And then
is
they've
what I
got the
just-
little Nugs 2.0 and the ta-da
Yeah.
emoji.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Let me tell you something. I've been sitting in this alone for like 3 minutes while we were talking about other stuff.
No.
I hate it. I
hate it. Make it stop.
I don't even.
Chicken nugget simulation.
I don't know why I hate it so much. I just had such a visceral reaction to it.
I can unpack this. Let's unpack this together. I love this. Like, why am I feeling this way? I think it's because it's taking this, like, already shitty, toxic, like New York City, like startup culture software thing, and it's like being like, this is good, we like this, let's apply it to other fucking things.
That is totally unrelated.
We don't like it. It is stupid to say your fake chicken fucking nugget is the Tesla of chicken. It's so fucking stupid.
It's so stupid. It's overwhelmingly stupid.
Because you know this is like some white dude who's like, this is the Tesla chicken nuggets.
I want to be the Elon Musk of fake chicken.
Yeah, this is like this hero image. This is like the splash header, and the chicken nuggets are bouncing gently on my screen. It's so stupid. I hate
the pictures, the photos as you scroll down the main page too. There's like a couple different ones where people are like kissing the chicken nuggets.
Oh my god, it's so
like
stupid.
Various attractive young people of color. Like,
oh my god! At the bottom, you guys, I think I might have found the most egregious thing on this whole website, this whole godforsaken website. You scroll to the bottom, there's a little thing for send 5 free nugs to someone you heart. Not you love, you heart. That's not the worst part. And you enter your Instagram handle, their phone number, and the button you press says send and then crossed out nudes and replaced with nugs.
Ew.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You can play Snake on the website, though.
I am playing it. It's pretty dope.
Where is that?
Me too. At the bottom, like where you found release, there's also one that says Snake.
Yeah, but then if you die, it says enter your Instagram.
What?
Handle to enter the leaderboard or something like that.
Oh my god.
Ew, I hate this.
I miss Snake so much. Do I need this aesthetic
pussy shit Snake. This is fucking... You go through the walls. Real Snake is you die if you hit the wall.
You die.
Nuh-uh, I'm looping around.
Okay, wait. Enter your Instagram to be entered into the high scores and a raffle if we ever do that kind of thing.
Called it. The CEO is a 20-year-old white guy.
Are you fucking serious?
Yes.
Come on. What?
Can you just tell? Why are you surprised? Can you just tell?
That kid was born on Y2K.
Ben Pasternak.
Ooh.
Wow. The Tesla of chicken.
Oh my god, this fucking dude.
You know he spends his days not, like, reworking... Okay, think about what has to happen for this release language to get onto the fucking website, okay? He has actual food scientists, maybe, hopefully, working on the fake chicken, right? So they make their food scientist notes, and then some fucking poor copywriter has to take those fucking food science notes and turn them into fake release notes and put them up on the website. And meanwhile, I guarantee you this 20-year-old CEO is spending all of his time replying to people who are making fun of Elon Musk on Twitter. Like, there's no way.
He's totally an Elon Musk reply guy.
Yeah. It's so weird how they just show up. They're like, excuse me, he's done a lot of good business. And you're like, okay.
Love it.
All right. On Y2K.
That makes me feel better. I feel healed somehow. So yeah, anyway, my vacation was very relaxing.
That's good. I have a fun story about diatomaceous earth.
Oh, nice. Ben, you have to get off the Nugs website and be present in the podcast.
Okay. I'm closing it. I'm closing Ben Pasternak's Twitter
I'm just like
account.
looking at your face, and I know that you're still in that zone.
I'm out. I'm gone.
Take that fucking sticker out of our site.
I like the sticker.
Yeah. Well, now it's all I can think about.
Yeah.
Just move your body in front of it so we don't have to see it. Okay. All right. Diatomaceous earth. Let's hear it.
All right. Do you guys know what that is? Have I told you about it before?
No, is that your obsession? Sorry.
I know about it without you telling me about it.
Oh, why?
because I've had to use it before for, we had bat bugs.
Oh.
Which look exactly like bed bugs, except they're easier to get rid of because our host is a bat.
What? Oh. What did you say it's called? Diatomaceous earth? Yeah,
so it's actually, technically, it's a food additive. Like, it's fossil shell flour, FLOUR. So you actually buy it as, it's generally sold like food grade. Like, you get the like really powdered stuff. And the off-label use of it that Erin and I have both experienced it for is to kill bugs, because when it's in this like super fine form, it can get into all the like nooks and crannies that these bugs live in, these little bugs, and then it kind of just like it kind of is almost like you put like a bunch. It's like as if someone poured a bunch of shards of glass into our living space, basically.
It's like it's like the butter in an English muffin. It gets into all the nooks and crannies.
Yeah, except the butter is glass, and you're like broken glass, and you're a bug living in the muffin, and then. and then it also like sucks all the moisture out of everything, basically. That's why it's put in food. I think it's like an anti-clumping agent. So it cuts little bugs open, and then it sucks out all their moisture, so they just die. They just dry up and die. So the reason I wanted to explain all of that is that I want to make a strong recommendation to anybody who is having a problem with. We're using it for fleas because our cats had fleas, and fleas are like so hard to get rid of because they feed off of your pet, but they live in like carpets and any place they can lay eggs, like they'll just spawn from there. So, we were like struggling to find an answer to this, and like this stuff is really great because, like I said, it like kind of spreads to wherever you're, like places you wouldn't necessarily think of. It'll still get to them, and it doesn't like, it kind of makes your house look a little dusty for a while, but it just slows them down and kills them within like weeks. Like we were getting bitten on our ankles all the time, and then like within a few days we just weren't anymore.
Nice.
And the cats have been a lot more normal. Like they are also still taking the thing you put on their neck, but once a month. But it's like the first thing that has like really, really worked. And it's like not, like so many things that you use for fleas that are like bug bombs or like the like other sprays that we even used. It's like has all these chemicals in it that like you can't even be in the same room with it until it dries and stuff. Like you have to like hide in a room because it's like poison. And this stuff is just like, it's just some random powder.
You
like
eat
it's
it
like,
with
you
a
could eat it. Yeah. So you could. So I highly recommend if you're having trouble with, I guess, any kind of small bugs. Actually, the other reason besides recommending it that I'm bringing it up is that we made this recommendation to Ian's family recently. And I guess they have like an ant problem. So it's apparently, they did some research and it's something you can use on ants as well. So his mom ordered some. It's like really cheap too. It's like you get like a big bag of it for like $20 or less. And so she did, and it arrived today. And she opened up the box, and instead of the diatomaceous earth that she ordered, there was $80 worth of vinegar from the same brand.
What?
What kind of vinegar?
Ian, what kind of vinegar?
It's gotta be a lot of vinegar for $80.
30% vinegar.
Wow. Well, like white vinegar or like...
He said standard vinegar is 5% and standard cleaning vinegar is like 6%. And this was 30.
What?
Holy shit.
I don't even know what you used vinegar that strong for.
Home and garden?
How did that happen?
I don't know. I think they should resell it. They could make a profit.
Yeah.
But,
wow.
But yeah, so I guess I could actually... Ian, do you know what brand it was? Harris. So try to maybe sidestep the Harris brand, or I don't know, get it from like you can buy them on Chewy, like Chewy.com. They probably would send you the right one because I don't think they would stock the vinegar.
Why?
So you could probably get it
Why
there.
can you buy it on Chewy?
Because of the bug thing. Yeah.
Oh,
He thought you meant the vinegar.
No, I didn't. I just forgot that like this was for pets. I don't know what I was thinking. Like that was weird because I feel like your flea problem that you've been having for a while now, has like transcended being just a your pet thing in my head. If that makes sense.
You're saying we had fleas also?
Well, like your whole house had fleas.
That is true.
I really guess that's kind of how fleas work.
Yeah, but it is. People don't like to think of it that way, I think, because then you kind of do have to face the fact that you kind of do have fleas too. But like when it was at its worst, the cats were clearly aware that they would get bitten more if they were on the floor. So like the cats were always up. They were always on a table or like on a bookshelf or on top of the dryer. So like they weren't getting bitten as much. So that's why when we started getting bitten was because the fleas had nothing. Like they don't prefer to drink the blood of humans, but they will if they need to. Like, so
Relatable.
That's why we were getting bitten is because the cats got wise to it and kind of left us in the lurch. But I like, at the time I was like, okay, fine. Like this is a sacrifice I'm willing to make for my poor pets to stop being itchy. All right, let's pop in, Ben.
Let's do it.
You're first. Why are you looking at me?
I know. Just making sure you were
Just do it. You don't need to just go.
Wait,
just do it.
wait. I crafted some riddles tonight while we were loading the dishwasher. Okay.
Oh,
okay. What is warm and then cold?
The dishwasher.
Water when you put ice into it. What's clean until it's dirty?
Anything.
Anything. Okay, that's all. I wasn't very
Did I
good
get
at
that?
it.
Wait, was that your real answer?
That's my real answer.
Yes.
You know, I thought when I was like, wow, the dishwasher is something that's clean and then it becomes immediately dirty. I'm like, there's a riddle in there somewhere. I don't think that was it. You can cut this whole part out. All right, what's up, Hannah?
This is gold. Are you kidding me?
That's a great riddle.
Until it's dirty. I want that to be the episode title.
That riddle belongs on riddles.com.
Yes, it does.
Is riddles.com a thing? Is this a...
Oh my god,
yeah.
is it a thing?
There's a segment on My Brother and Me called Riddle Me Piss, where, because one week, the three of them ended up on riddles.com in the middle of an episode, kind of in a similar way to how we just ended up on, like, nugs.com, and realized, I wasn't meaning to insult your riddle by saying this, because honestly, it's, like, top-notch for riddles.com, but, like, the riddles on riddles.com a lot of them are really ridiculous. So...
Well, thank you.
All right, cool. Let's pop in. Let's talk about it.
What do you got? What do you got?
All right, so, this is a show about what we are obsessed with, right?
I do know.
Yeah, I know. I've heard that.
The other fun thing I was going to tell you guys is that we've been rewatching I Think You Should Leave on...
Oh my god, I do that every now and again. It's so fucking good.
Funny. It's so funny. Just before I came in here, I watched the one with, like, where the Johnny Cash type, like, is singing with his band. and then he's like, the bones are their money, and so are the words. Like, it's so funny.
I love that show so much.
Yeah.
I have a quick related anecdote, though, about the jewelry. It's reminded me that while we were at the beach, this lady was kind of in my space a little bit, but she found this cool, like, fossilized shell or something, and she came up to talk to me about it. I don't know why. And she was like, look at this, you can make some jewelry out of
that kind
it.
of person.
Yeah, I guess so.
Cool.
And I was like, cool. And I think she might have been trying to give it to me, but I don't know. And then she was like, do you like jewelry? And I was like, no. I wasn't trying to be rude. I just literally don't. I, like, literally don't. And I was like, no. And then she, like, looked at me and, like, smiled and, like, blinked for a long time. Like, she didn't know what to do with that. Like, she was just like... It was, like, almost creepy. And after a while, like, the silence yawned so long, I got really uncomfortable, and then I was like, do you make jewelry? And she was like, yes, I make jewelry. And then started to tell me about the jewelry she makes, which I think is what she wanted to do all along. But
oh my God.
She miscalculated by trying to get there by asking me if I liked jewelry.
That was a robot, I think. I mean, that's not...
It might have been. It was like a voice-activated
It was a robot.
Yeah. Robot.
Robot.
Yeah, it was like invalid input.
Smile and blink.
Wow. Well, congratulations on surviving that encounter.
Thank you.
As I was saying, this is a show about our obsessions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and we have to speak our truth.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So I can't fully explain to you exactly why this has been such an obsession for me, but looking back over the last 2 weeks and determining what my obsession has been, the truest answer is it's been Taylor Swift's new album, Folklore.
Oh, that's my obsession this week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh, shit.
With no preface, no shame, it fucking slaps. I love it.
Okay, great. Well, actually, you and I are back to back this week.
Yeah,
so
perfect.
We could just do a combined obsession then.
Yeah, we'll animorph into one giant transmogrify the Transformers into an obsession, a big one.
Okay.
You're thinking of Power Rangers.
Okay. Well, I will tell you, I didn't expect to be to be unable to stop listening to it at all. The first night that I listened to it, which was I think the day that it came out or the day after, I listened to it 3 times in a row in order that night that I first listened to it. And I didn't even know exactly why I kept wanting to listen to it then. But and also I don't think, especially for Taylor Swift, it's not a particularly hooky album when it comes to the songs. It's nowhere near as poppy as I went back and listened to 1989 today just to remember what the other album of hers that I really liked. And it's so different and so much less poppy than that album. But regardless, there are these little subtle hooks that dig their way into the very center of your brainstem in a lot of the songs. And then they just keep me coming back to it over and over again because I'll just find myself singing a bit from a song that I don't even actually remember which song on the album it is sometimes, but I'm just well, I'll have to go listen to Folklore again now. So that's been what I've been doing all week. It's been one of those albums which are not that common for me anymore, although I've brought many of them as obsessions, where I often have to stop in the middle of watching another video or listening to another podcast to go listen to 1 or 2 songs from Folklore again. So that's been my experience with it. I really pretty much every song has had its moment for me, and I think they'll continue to. So yeah, that's me. So tell me what your Folklore journey has been like.
Yeah, I think it's a great album. It's really well produced. The songs, what I said to Molly was the whole album. I love every song, and I agree. I don't think I could tell you I have. There's some songs I could tell you I have Great Last American Dynasty stuck in my head. That's that's one that's easy to identify. But a lot of them, I couldn't tell you the name of them. They blend together. I feel in a very purposeful way. The album, and when we can talk about, there's some cool things going on too. There's a what's the word? There's continuity within the album. I think there's 3 songs are related. There's a continue in the album. Yeah. August, Betty, and there's a whole love triangle, and 3 of the songs are from each of the perspectives, and Cardigan all reference. So Betty, August, and Cardigan all reference each other. So there's in Betty, it's from the point of view of James, because somebody's remember when you said James get in?
James, and then
in another song, I think it's August, it's remember when I saw you and told you to get in the car or something like that. And then another one is Cardigan. So there's this love triangle. So the songs reference each other, which was delightful to hear and discover. Be oh, I think that is from that point of view. And then I read a little bit about it. So there, but what I said to Molly was it's like all of, if I were to like create a playlist of like all of my favorite Taylor Swift songs, it's like, it would be like this album, except I've never heard them before, which is not like entirely true. Like I love like a lot of her earlier stuff, including her very first album. I think like her first like 3 or 4 albums, I think all the ones up to 1989, all the ones before 1989, I like really love. And so it almost is like a callback, I feel like, to a lot of that style of hers. Maybe not her first album, which is really more country, but like definitely like the Red album, like her more mellow songs in the Red album, or like her more mellow songs in like her Fearless album. It's like a whole album of those like more mellow songs, and I just love it. And there's Bon Iver's featured on one of the songs, and I love that song, like such a good song.
Yeah, it's a good song.
And she's a lyrical powerhouse, as always. Like, I feel like she just is. She's a great songwriter. And
I feel like I had no idea that you liked Taylor Swift's, like, earlier music. It kind of makes sense now. Because I was not... I paid no attention to her until 1989. And then after that, I kind of stopped paying attention to her. Did you not like 1989?
I thought it was okay. Let me refresh my memory. There were some songs... Yeah, and, you know, I think she's a great songwriter, and I loved the song, Blank Space is an incredible song. What a jam. But, you know, her earlier stuff was real, like, melodic, ballady.
That's your jam.
Yeah, oh my god, Back to December from Speak Now. Like, a lot of her early, like, I really love her early stuff. Like, there's some, like, true jams, like, some of even my favorite songs. Like, I really, really like, a lot of her collection.
So let me ask you, Erin, because I was talking to Ian about this today, and I've seen on Twitter a lot of people saying that this song makes them feel kind of melancholy, like it's like a post-breakup album, good thing to listen to. That was a terrible sentence, but you understand. Like, I find it extremely soothing, personally. Like, I listen to this album, like, before bed a lot of times. Like, I listen to it to sort of, like chill out and, like, calm down if I'm feeling, like the weight of the pandemic a little too hard. Like, I just, like, listen to, like, put on this album on shuffle, and then it, like, chills me out. I was listening to it when we went to Target today, because like going to stores is very stressful right now. So I just listened to it in one ear the whole time that we were at Target, and it made me feel calmer and like more centered. What kind of emotional reaction do you have to it? I mean, you like sad music too.
Yeah, sad music doesn't bum me out. I have a whole playlist called Sad Songs Make Me Happier, because they do. I did like, because I like love them so much. I'm always like happy to hear a sad song. I really like, you know, and I find it like cathartic to get like to sing them, and to like I'm always more joyful after I hear a sad song. Yeah, I think it's great. It's totally got my vibe, like on like the vibe of songs I love, the whole thing, you know. It really does. Yeah, I think it's great. I've been listening to it, you know, basically like on repeat at work the past 2 days. Yeah, like Exile is a really sad song. That's the one featuring
What's your favorite? The one is kind of sad. Definitely That's About to Break Up. My Tears Ricochet is sung from the point of view of a ghost, I think.
Oh, cool.
It's like...
I don't know.
It's like, if I'm dead to you, then... If I'm dead to you, why are you at the wake? Cursing my name, wishing I'd stay. Look how my tears ricochet. And then she's like, I can go anywhere I want, just not home. And there's another thing where she's I didn't... Oh, what is it? It's a really... The lyrics in that song are excellent. And it is like kind of spooky. Like, I really feel like it's not... like, obviously it is symbolism, but like the way it's written, I really think it is kind of supposed to be from the perspective of a ghost.
I dig it.
Like,
has she always written all her own songs?
Oh, yeah. And she co-wrote these, and she's had co-writers, but she's definitely like the driving. She writes most of them. And just, in my opinion, it was just a really amazing songwriter. Always has been. Like her melodies, her lyrics. I've always been such a fan.
I think that's the first, like, in terms of, like I said, it's like it's not hooky like something like 1989, but the things that get your get their hooks in you when it comes to Taylor Swift songs are the melodies, I think. Like the little like sort of like melodic she just has like does these like really unexpected things sometimes. Like,
yeah.
Illicit Affairs has one of the first ones I remember. They all really do. Like she just is really good at that.
Yeah.
Epiphany gets stuck in my head all the time.
I sometimes think of it as like lyrical juggling. Like there's an expected flow for like a juggle and it's impressive and that's like a normal song. But then you'll see a juggler who will do something unexpected and throw the balls and catch them in a fun and novel way, and it's new and exciting. And I feel like she does that really well in a lot of her songs.
Yeah.
And this album was a complete secret. I read that she texted her record label a couple hours before she released it, like in the middle of the night, and being like, by the way, I'm about to release this fully produced album. Yeah. It was a complete secret. She worked with like the guitarist for the Nationals, I think, and also whatever his face is.
The baseball team, the Nationals?
yeah, who were with the guitarist for the baseball team, the Nationals. And I don't care what his name is. This other dude who produces some of her albums, and
Elon Musk.
And they worked in complete. What'd you say?
I said Elon Musk.
Yeah, it's the Tesla of albums. That's what we're saying. And it was just a complete secret, and nobody knew. Like literally, nobody knew about it until it was dropped. So that was another kind of fun. So she had no like outside influence on it either, which I think is really cool. So this is like her. There was no record label being like tweak this or change these lyrics or whatever. She just was like,
she's like, I'm fucking Taylor Swift. What are you gonna do?
Exactly. I feel like that's such like a cool like what are they gonna do? What's the record label gonna do? Drop her? I don't think so.
That's true. Mirrorball is really cool. Mirrorball. Oh, yeah. I saw someone on Twitter saying that it belongs in a like coming of age romantic comedy, which it does. Like,
yep.
What was I going to ask you about? Oh, okay, Erin. You said you did a little research on those 3 songs. I want to hear about it, but I wonder, did you also do any research on the last Great American Dynasty?
No, I didn't.
So this kind of like speaks to my relationship to this album and how confusing it is. I have like 2 or 3 different times Googled Holiday House, Rhode Island, because it's about a house she actually owns in Rhode Island, in like Westerly, Rhode Island, which is a town, but also describes where it is in the state. And sorry, we were joking about how I should have known that it was right next to Connecticut because it's in Westerly, not Easterly. And then, anyway. So, just, quarantine, married life things. So the people that she sings about were real people. Like, Rebecca was real. And she probably did dye that guy's dog green. Like, that's probably all true. And then there's an article that comes up when you Google it about some sort of legal battle that Taylor got into when she wanted to buy that house. And it's and I've gotten to the front page of the article like 2 or 3 times. Every time I've Googled it, I've gotten to the first like paragraph and then been like, I don't care enough to read all this, and like closed it.
Wow.
So I was hoping you had read it so you could summarize it for me.
That's awesome. I love it.
But yeah, Betty is beautiful.
I think going forward, if I had to guess, like, I'm like gonna pull some of these songs away as like, I should make all my favorite Taylor Swift songs playlist. That's a great idea. But I think like Cardigan is definitely going on there. Cardigan's a great song. Exile for sure is going to be on there, and probably a few more, and I don't know which yet, but those 2 are real standouts to me.
I really love My Tears Ricochet. I really love Illicit Affairs a lot. Yeah. I think Invisible String is really sweet. Like, that song's not sad at all. That song's very romantic. And also she references fun stuff like Bad Blood. She references, other songs of hers and that. She's saying like, Bad Was the Blood in the cab that was playing on your first trip to LA or something. And then Betty, which the first time I heard, I 100% thought that it was a queer song.
I know, me too.
But do you know also the other thing about Betty is that it was like the names of the three people are actually the names of
Blake Lively's daughters.
Yes, her three daughters. So Inez, James, and Betty. And Betty is like the youngest. And I guess they hadn't revealed her name, but then they like all confirmed together that it was Betty because people figured it out because of the song. So, but like, so James, the person that the James in the narrative is based off of is a girl.
Right. But that would make them sisters in a left.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So Betty is, I think I think Cardigan is sung from the point of view of Betty. Betty is sung from the point of view of James, and the girl that he was sleeping next to but thinking of Betty is whoever is singing August. I think that's right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because she's like, you were never mine. That makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's fun, you know. It's just a good album and a cool release. Kind of in the same way like a Fiona Apple's album drop.
Yeah.
Like this one is also. It's just like a fun quarantine thing.
It is. Yeah. It's the right kind of mood for the time. Just like that was. I got to go back and listen to that too.
Yeah. You know, Bon Iver, you might know this, and I know I'm saying that band name wrong, is a Durhamite. And it's just really cool to see. Yeah, to see him do so much stuff, because, like, he is, you know, on this Taylor Swift album, which is huge, and he's obviously, like, done work with, like, Kanye West and stuff, where he was, like, featured in a song or vice versa, but also, like, Bon Iver, like, Justin Vernon, is featured on, like, Amy Ray of the Indigo Girls, like, her solo album, too, so he, like, does a lot of cool stuff with, like, a lot of cool folks who I'm really into.
That's pretty awesome.
It's a Durham local, so.
I've never heard him sing so low.
Yeah.
He sings real low on that song.
Low. He's got some
Can
stuff
I make a confession about Bon Iver?
Yeah.
I really don't like most of his music because I don't like whisper singing, and I feel like a lot of it is like whisper singing, and I hate it.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, well,
I feel like he does a lot of, like, falsetto stuff.
Yeah, he does a lot of falsetto stuff. Is that what you mean by whisper singing, Ben?
No, I mean, like Iron and Wine, I have the same problem with.
That's whisper singing, yeah.
Bon Iver is reminiscent of that to me. Maybe I haven't listened to enough of it.
That's chill.
Well,
I'm just speaking my truth, you know.
That's fine.
Yeah,
that's
do
chill.
that. He doesn't sing like that on this song, just FYI. Yeah. He sings like I haven't heard him sing before. Yeah. But like I didn't even I wouldn't have ever recognized it as Bon Iver if he wasn't named.
Here, I'll send you this YouTube video, Hannah, because this is the only place I can find this song right now. This is one of my favorite Bon Iver, like, songs, and not the song, well, the song and the version. It has to be this version, because the version on Spotify I do not like. But it's, if you Google YouTube Bon Iver...
Google YouTube.
Okay, hold on. We need to
I'm
unpack
gonna send
this.
it to you, but I'm for the podcast.
No, I don't. No, we need to unpack this, okay? Because when you said the name Bon Iver, you said, "I know I'm saying this wrong," right? And then Ben said it right, and then you kept saying it wrong. So what's going on here?
I have always known it as Bon Iver, and that's how I like to say it. And I don't give a fuck what the world wants, because I like to do what feels good for me, as long as it's not harming anybody. So this song I just posted for you. If you at home Google Bon Iver, Beth/Rest, rare book room version, he sings in that low register and then pops up into his falsetto. And this is like one of my absolute favorite songs. If it ever disappears from YouTube, I will be devastated because I can't get it in a digital streaming
Rip the
version,
MP3 off YouTube, baby.
Yeah, I know. I keep meaning to do it and then not doing it. It's probably going to be too slow for y'all, but I love it.
I don't mind a slow song.
I'll listen to it at a later time. Excuse me. All right. Cool. Well, what an unexpected delight this was. That we got to have.
I feel like you were coming in feeling a little shame.
Yeah.
I just in liking Tay Swift.
I just didn't know what to say about it. And I also feel like it's like, I know you're off Twitter, Erin, but like the discourse on it is so heavy right now. Like it's just a lot. Not that it's like, you know, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of people with the take that, who, for some reason there's this take going around that, Taylor Swift is like this generation's, Joni Mitchell, and then there's a lot of people also on Twitter who are very upset about that take and would like people to stop saying it. And like, I think it's a fun comparison. I don't see the harm, but like,
she's the Tesla of Joni Mitchell.
She's the Tesla of Joni Mitchell. She's Joni Mitchell's Tesla.
She's Joni Mitchell's Tesla. But it, you know, it's I got it when I first saw it. I was like, yeah, that makes sense to me because like, I don't know a whole ton about either of them, but they do both. Like, I feel like Joni Mitchell did a lot of, different, she like evolved over time in a lot of ways. Like she was always an excellent songwriter, but she tried out a lot of different sort of directions and she did it boldly. Like she was never like dipping a toe. She really was just like, this is where I am creatively now. And so this is the album that I'm putting out. And she didn't allow the pressure of like, expectations from like fans or genres of music to like contain her. And I think Taylor Swift has been a lot like that too. Especially with this, I mean, this album is like a really good example because she just decided to put it out now and didn't take any notes, you know, like you were talking about. But anyway, you know, who cares?
Let her rip.
But yeah, it's great. I'm glad that we both like it together.
That's Taylor Swift. That's our message to you. Let it rip.
Let it rip, baby.
Let it rip, Taylor.
Let it rip, Tay.
All right, cool. So, you got any more to say about it, Erin?
Nah, that's good.
All right. Well then.
Let it rip. Let it rip,
Muffin, let it rip, Ben.
I haven't listened to it yet, but I will. I've heard it's quite good.
It's good. Suck my dick and choke on it. I yield my time. Fuck you.
My turn now.
Yeah, that's what that means.
So I've had quite a few things I've been obsessed with over the past couple of weeks, and I was debating in the middle of this podcast what I would talk about, and I've just decided in the past few minutes. And it's something that I was probably the most obsessed with, like the last time we actually recorded. But I didn't get the chance to talk about it because I talked about something else. God knows what. Don't tell me. I don't know what it was.
Don't tell me.
Don't tell me. I don't want to know. It's a podcast. It's a really short podcast. It's only 10 episodes. That is just a weird little delight. And it's called Dead Eyes. Have either of you heard of it?
No.
It's a podcast made by a comedian / actor named Connor Ratliff, who you probably haven't. I had never heard of him, but like you've seen him in things probably. He was like in a couple episodes of Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, or like maybe one episode. And like in an episode, I think of Orange is the New Black. Like he's one of those kind of people that shows up in a lot of places and like does a lot of improv shows at UCB. So like he's like friends with like a ton of cool, famous comedians and actors, but like hasn't really become super famous himself. He's one of those kind of people. And in 2001, actually in the year 2000, he auditioned for Band of Brothers.
Wait, was the year 2000 the year the CEO of Nugs was born?
Yes, that's
No,
correct.
he was born in 1999.
Oh,
So it's a year after the guy from Nugs was born.
No, are you sure? Okay.
Yeah, his birthday's September 6th, 1999. Trust me, I went down a rabbit hole in the middle of this.
Well, happy early birthday. Okay.
We know you're going to hear this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in 2000, he auditioned for Band of Brothers, and he got a part. He was living in England at the time where they filmed it. And he got a part in an episode that was being directed by Tom Hanks, who was also starring in Band of Brothers, for those who didn't know that, which I didn't, because I've never watched Band of Brothers. And he got a call, like, a few days before he was supposed to film that said, basically, like, they need you to audition again. Tom saw your tape and thought you had dead eyes.
What?
And so he had to re-audition in front of Tom Hanks and got fired.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And like, it had a very profound effect on him because that like it was like a big break for him to get on an episode of Band of Brothers. And he like quit acting for a while and worked in a bookstore for like 10 years before coming back to acting.
That's longer than a while.
Yeah. But he's back in acting now and like somewhat successful. He also like did like actually, so right before the like quarantine and everyone locking down, he was on tour with Guster.
Oh.
He was like opening for them doing like improv comedy stuff.
Cool.
Which is like a cool thing Guster does. So Ryan Miller? Is that the guy from Guster? Ryan Miller is interviewed at some point in the podcast. But like, it's just a delight because he's very over it now. Like emotionally, I think he's done a lot of work to like not be upset or like angry about it anymore, even though he was at the time. And he's like a very delightful presence. But he just like sort of used this as a chance to like examine how like volatile and weird and being in the entertainment industry is, and like how everyone has kind of stories like this. Like he had like Darcy Carden on in one of the first two episodes, who like has a hit, you know, she like was kind of one of the same kind of people as him, like being friends with a lot of successful people and like auditioning, being in small parts, and then like got Janet and like became huge because she's amazing. So she like has tons of stories of like and he has John Hamm on, who at one point, this is a great John Hamm story. He was auditioning for so many things at CBS that Les Moonves, the head of the now disgraced Les Moonves, the former head of CBS, actually said John Hamm will never be a TV star.
Wow.
Yeah. He proved him the fuck wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like, it's only 10 episodes. They're each like a little under an hour. And they're just like very, I don't know, they're just like fascinating and delightful and just like a weird little rabbit hole that to go down to try and figure out why he got fired from a TV show 20 years ago by Tom Hanks. I don't know. It's amazing. Just like, it's just great.
I'm adding this to my podcast catcher right now.
It's really, really good. I highly recommend. I don't want to like, I like want to talk about it more, but I also, I mean, it's not like there can be really spoilers. I mean, there kind of can be. Like I don't know, like he gets some pretty, there's just like even some little storylines that develop with like, he has people talk about things in an interview. Well, I'll just spoil this. This is a funny story. Like, he has Bobby Moynihan on at one point talking about how he got cut from a movie that he was in that was being directed by Seth Rogen. And then a few episodes later, he had an interview with Seth Rogen, who had reached out to him because he was a fan of the podcast and heard Bobby Moynihan's story and was like, oh no, he did not get cut for like any of the reasons he thought. Like, I want to set the record straight on this. And they like had just like a fun interview where they talked about, they like corrected Bobby Moynihan's Dead Eyes experience, kind of. It's just great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is so fun.
Yeah, I loved it. It was just delightful.
Wow,
Cool.
we're gonna listen to that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to binging on that. As I always say, binging on that.
Binging on that.
Definitely, yeah.
I'm looking forward to letting that rip.
Wow, that's fun.
That's nice.
Honestly, I'm excited. I wanna do homework so I can go listen to it now.
Yeah, it's great.
Let's roll into homework then. How about?
All right. Well, I'll go first, I guess. Listen to Folklore by Taylor Swift, wherever you listen to music. And she has lyric videos of all the songs on the album on her YouTube channel, and she also has a music video for Cardigan. The one thing about Cardigan that is annoying to me is that she has like a cardigan that she's selling as merch for the album, and not only is she selling it, but like she sent it to a bunch of her like influencer friends. Like I saw Hannah Hart has one, and Jonathan Van Ness, and they're like, you know, it's just like a little on the nose, all the cardigan merch, but the song is beautiful. Mm-hmm. She also wears the same cardigan in the music video.
You know, I'm not gonna begrudge her being a smart businesswoman in addition to a great songwriter.
I won't either. And also, like, my somewhat disconnection from the internet has only enriched my experience of life so far, and this is proof. My complete abandonment of social media is working for me. So
congrats. Yeah, but yeah, listen to it. And I'm on Twitter, Anthropology, Instagram, and Anthropology. Not really on Twitch. And I'll listen to my other podcast, So Dreamy. It's really fun. It's on a long, potentially probably permanent hiatus, but it's still out there. You can go listen to our 70 episodes. Yay. Erin, what's
hello. My homework is listening to Taylor Swift's new album, Folklore. And then listen to her back catalog. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a playlist of my favorite Taylor Swift songs, and then I'll send the link to Hannah and she can publish it.
That's great.
Cool. I got off of all social media because it wasn't making me happy. It was making me unhappy, actively unhappy. And so I'm off. But what I will give you is the link to where you can view my lesbian lending library. That's right, I cataloged it. It's earnburn.libib, that's libib.com. That's earnburn.libib.com. You can check out my lesbian lending library. Ever growing. I've got some new books coming into the collection.
Do you want that to be like in the permanent homework?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Because why the fuck not?
Yeah.
Ben, put it on the website?
Put it on the website.
Yeah, it'll go on the website once it's in the homework.
Well, but yeah, I mean, don't we have like a social media tab?
That's for like the WayTooBroad social media.
Hey, I'm sorry.
Ben, what's your homework?
My homework is listen to Dead Eyes on wherever you listen to podcasts. It's great. It's only 10 episodes. It's funny. It's delightful.
We already told you we'd listen to it.
Do it now. Do it now. If you really listen to it, do it now while we're wrapping up.
Fine.
We have been. What's your homework? I mean, your social media. What? Oh, she left.
Erin, when you left, Hannah went, we have been. What's your homework? My social media, my Twitter is Nicely Proofed Ben, and my Twitch is Disco Greg.
Cool.
Nice.
And if you want to call us, leave us a voicemail, tell us what you've been obsessed with these last couple of weeks, you can do that. We have a voicemail line at 774-326-0420.
Blaze it.
But don't dial Blaze it. Thank you, please. And thank you.
Let it rip.
Taylor, if you'd like to call us and let it rip with some live songs on our voicemail line, we would love that.
Oh yeah, my homework for Taylor Swift is let it rip.
Let it rip,
baby. We're on Twitter at TooBroadPod, TOO Broadpod. We're on Instagram at WayTooBroad, kind of, where you can email us at We're like barely on Twitter and even less on Instagram, but it's fine. And you can also email us at waytoobroad@gmail.com. We definitely do check that. And if you missed any of those things, you can find them all at our website at waytoobroad.com for anything you want, and earnben.com for anything you need. So check that out, both of those. And let her rip. Leave us a review. That's my homework for Taylor Swift. Leave us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts, please.
Or wherever you listen.
Wherever you listen. Hold on, I just gotta make sure this gets in the homework for Ben. Taylor.
To let it rip.
Yeah. Wait, is it let it or let er?
Let it.
Let it.
Oh, okay. Whoops. Hold on, sorry.
Okay,
cool.
It rip.
Taylor, let it rip.
Let her rip.
Okay, well, now that that's been settled, the podcast candle is extinguished. Bye.
Taylor, I swear to God, just let it rip.
Oh, she let it rip.
Thanks for... I missed you guys last week. We missed our listeners last week. Thanks for waiting for us. Dude, it's over. Goodbye. On to the next podcast.
Tap it again. Tap it again.
Hello.
That's not a tap. Wow. Continuing to not tap.
Just tap it. Do you know how to tap? Do you know how to tap the microphone?
It makes her uncomfortable.
Like this. But do...
She just won't.
Really cracking yourself up with that.
She loves this bit. Loves it.
Oh my God.
Friday, we're feeling frisky and free.
Feeling silly. We're feeling so silly.